Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Last episode, Maverick completed the first dungeon, and he starts making his way to the Woods of Winter, where the Mako Tree said that he senses the second essence. So even though we know where the second dungeon is, well, it's going to take a while for us to actually get into the dungeon, because we have a little bit of a side diversion coming up. I'm gonna get introduced to it right here. It's Rosa. It's horrible temple like fell into Subrosia. What's a temple? Subrosia is a secret place. I must return in secret without being seen. If you've watched my playthrough with Data, this is Rosa. She's a celebrity Subrosian. And Subrosians are like a race of people that live underground. And as she said, that is where the Temple of Seasons has ended up. General Onyx, the main antagonist of the game here, he I guess cast a spell that caused the temple to sink into the ground. And now it's in Subrosia. We're going to learn that, well, it's causing some problems down in Subrosia. So the temple fallen has caused issues both above ground and below ground. So we just have to avoid Rosa. That's the one little tricky part there. At the end, she sneaks back out. If at any time she sees you, you just have to restart that minigame over again. And if you leave any of the screens and then come back, you have to restart the game over again if you don't enter the portal there. So as soon as you see her enter the portal, you have to enter the portal too, which you have to redo everything over again. And speaking of minigames, we just read on that sign there, the Subrosian Dance. This guy also just talked about it. This is a little minigame. Right on do, left on da. Press A to pose on D. Something good might happen if you were voted best many times. Shh, we're starting. Don't talk. Today, I'll definitely win the prize. I'm gonna master the Subrosian Dance and impress Rosa. The Subrosian Dance is the traditional dance of the Subrosia. The Subrosian Dance is a good workout move. This is the first dance hall. So let's dance with them. The instruction, yes. The leader faces right, we press right, left, press left, and when they pose, press A. So it's basically just you have to memorize what the lead dancer does, and then do what they do. So this is like pose, left, right, left, left, right. And then of course it gets a little trickier toward the end. It's always going to be 3 movements, but the amount of time between each movement obviously decreases. As you can see, the red one's going a lot faster, so you have less time to think about what's going on. Now, is it necessary to do this dance? In Oracle of Ages, it was necessary for Maverick to do the Goron dance, because it allowed him to basically end up getting the keys to the mermaid dungeon. Here we just get a boomerang. That boomerang we can use to get the first to the first Spirit of Seasons in the Temple of Seasons. But it isn't necessary. You can also trigger. You can do the Subrosian Dance well. You can get a boomerang. Grab items, hit switches, and send beasts from far away. Boomerangs are so useful. I'm quite busy. There's lots of good ore chucks at the temple in the east. But as I was saying, there's going to be a pit that we have to cross, a lava pit, and there's a switch that makes the bridge appear. You can trigger the switch with a bomb. You can throw a bomb over. So it isn't necessary, like I said, to necessarily win the boomerang, but it's helpful. Boomerang like that guy said it can stun enemies, it can pick things up from afar. Probably the best use of the boomerang is there's the little bubbles in dungeons, and you can hit the bubble with the boomerang and it'll turn into a fairy. This is a good way to restore your life. So Subrogia is going to be very similar to the overworld. Having rupees doesn't do you any good. You need ore chunks. Yeah, you see the rupees are? It's been replaced by a little chunk, an ore chunk symbol. Ding for ore chunks, ding for ore chunks. It's going to be just like the overworld, where it's not going to be totally accessible the first time we got in here. We're going to need different items to go to different places. You finally come. When the temple was buried, I thought perhaps you wouldn't come to see me. This Temple of Seasons is where we four spirits reside. I've waited a long time for you. Do you like spring or summer, fall perhaps? But no, you must love winter. Get the Rod of Seasons and visit us who wait in each of the four corner towers. Alright. So we're going to head straight up. That's going to get us the Rod of Seasons, and then we're going to head to the southeast. Because once we head there, we'll be able to bless the Rod of Seasons with the first season, winter. You got the Rod of Seasons. With the powers of the season, spirits, it can change the seasons. And now bring the Rod of Seasons to us, season spirits in the four towers. Now, we can't reach all the towers. We're going to need the Rock's Feather to jump pit to the right here, to the northeast. To the northwest, we're going to need a key. It goes all in chunks. To the southwest, you need to take a special way that's going to require several items. And then in the window here, though, we can reach right away. So we're going to get the rod blessed with the Spirit of Winter. Thank you for coming, child of the crested hand. The Spirit of Winter has been waiting for you. Din is our dear friend. Now let me bestow the power of the Spirit of Winter on the rod you hold. When you swing the rod from atop the stump, the seasons shall change. In winter, the waters freeze and the snow piles up. Visit the other three spirits, too. Please hurry to Din's aid. The Rod of Seasons has been blessed with the wintry chill. Climb atop a stump to call forth winter. And as the spirit said, the winter does a few things. Snow piles up, so it may create bridges to different places. Water will freeze, so you might be able to walk over water that you wouldn't be able to cross previously. So the item was actually the Rod of Seasons. New roads will surely open with this power. I dreamt of woods in the east. There may be an essence there. Maverick, can you go for me? And we're going to learn right away that winter will open a new path for us. Because the screen were to the right of where we came down to Subrogia, there was a little lake there, and we couldn't cross the lake because there's some deep water, and Maverick can't swim. But now with the Rod of Seasons, he can freeze that lake and just walk across the ice. You can get a lot of good ore chunks around here. There's going to be quite a few Subrosians that say something similar, like there's a good ore chunks around here, they can get some good ore chunks here. That's usually an indication that there is a gold ore chunk. Blue ore chunks are worth 1, red ore chunks are worth 10, and the gold ones are worth 50. And there's 7 of them buried in Subrogia in certain screens, and the Subrosian usually is nearby will give you a clue. And Silk right here, the prophet, basically gives us a clue here, telling us to change the season right now to winter in that stump. And he also lets us know that there's other entrances to Subrogia. So that'll let us go to different parts of Subrosia. We don't necessarily have the item to go to Subrosia from that that warp. Before I do the stump, I'm gonna just walk around, defeat some enemies in this area. Try to get a maple encounter. This is a special maple encounter because remember we started the trading sequence, and we have the Lon egg, and the Lon egg is that thing that Maple wants. It's a beauty aid. Danger like likes. Defeat the enemies. And head down here. Even though we were told to use the Rod of Season on that stump, that first stump we saw, the first time we're going to use it actually right here to change this to winter. And I see it made snow pile up here, so now we can cross from one ledge to the other. And we can get to this cave here, where there is a piece of heart. We saw this piece of heart earlier. So if you want, we could have just jumped down there on the left. Ended up in the cave there over to the left. I'm going to go the long way around. Meet a few more enemies. And we just beat enough those last two. Allow us to summon Maple. So like I said, Maple's not going to drop anything here. We're just going to drop that Lon egg. She's going to take it, but she'll replace it with something else. And we want to do this before we head to level 3. I know we haven't even reached level 2 yet, but on the way to level 3 will be the next person that we need to talk to in the trading sequence. And that person is going to need this spooky doll that Maple drops. So obviously we want to get rid of it right now. We got the ghastly doll. Looking, it gives you chills, and that's a good idea of what you're going to need it for. And now let's head up to that other stump and use the rod like we were told to use by Silkwood, the prophet there. You know, that green really comes in handy here. Like I said, it allows us to beat pretty much the Octoroks and the Moblins in one hit. Red you can hit in one defeat with one with your sword anyway. But the Moblins take 2 hits, and the blue Octoroks take 2 hits. But see, we got that green ring equipped. So as you can see now, the lake is frozen. We can walk right across it. Although, as you can see, sometimes the winter, until we get a shovel, can make some passages be blocked. So in other seasons, those lumps of snow wouldn't be there. And the only way you can pass through snow is with the shovel. You can't, unfortunately, melt the snow with your Ember Seed. But we're about to get a shovel. Over here. Things back to spring here. On this. Better be pretty decent with bombs, because bombs are going to be necessary to defeat the next boss. Also the mini boss. We're gonna get in this cave, just get some rubies. We'll use these, of course, to buy some from rings and goddesses from the shops. We're still gonna want to buy out the secret shop eventually when we get to it. So even though we don't need as many rings hunting as we did, as Maverick did in the first game in Oracle of Ages, we're still gonna need some rubies to buy some things. Santa is welcome, and this door is locked. We're going to use the rod to create that snow to appear, so we can get to where that hull container was. Now we're going to use the rod again to create a snow barrier to get from the ledge to the right onto that lady's roof. And she says she's looking for Santa. Well, we all know that Santa, he comes at Christmas time, and he comes down the chimney to give toys to all the good boys and girls. So we're gonna come down this lady's chimney. But we're not gonna give her toys, but she's gonna give us something instead. She's going to give us that shovel. And the only reason though she's giving us the shovel though is because the snow made the winter made snow pile up outside her house. And you'll notice when you leave the door, she's kind of blocked in with snow. So she gives us the shovel to basically shovel her out. And when I was a kid, that was a good way to make money. And shovel snow during the winter time. You get the day off of school and get a few friends, or you said that like usually like a group of like 4 or 5 of us. We all have our snow shovels out and we go shovel people's driveways. And now we have to pay this guy though to fix his door. So yeah, if you want, I mean, you could avoid that guy, but like I said, I'm 100% in the game, so I'm showing off all the caves and stuff. You know, some things you want to avoid. Well, we lost some stuff, but I think we did end up getting that ring. Not like I say, we don't really need the ring. The only ring that we need from a Gasha's tree would be the level 5, the boomerang ring. All the other rings are special rings that we get from, you know, in dungeons doing side quests in this game. So unfortunately, the whole lake doesn't freeze, so we can't get that heart piece yet. We're gonna need the power bracelet to lift that rock. The shovel's gonna come in handy again. As you can see, when you shovel, the snow can potentially have items. Shoveling is going to be really, really important down in Subrosia. I guess that makes sense. It's in the underground. They're kind of like miners down there. They say they dig for ore chunks. So digging with a shovel is a great way to get the ore chunks to buy things down. Because there's going to be a shop in Subrosia later. And there's a few things we want to buy in there. And now we want to throw a mystery seed on this owl statue. Don't forget to give me mystery seeds. And that's going to be common. Whenever we see one of those owl statues, we want to throw a mystery seed on it. And it'll usually give us a clue about either how to proceed or maybe defeat a boss in a dungeon. So we froze that little patch of water there. Allows us to get into this cave. Now, this cave was empty when Data went through, but now that we're doing a linked game, now there's a fairy in here. And this fairy is going to give us a password that we have to take to Labrina. So she wants us to tell us Tingle, that fairy, who gave us the island chart back in Oracle of Ages, this secret. So we'll do that at the end of the episode. And we're going to basically end this section of the episode right here, at the beginning of Dungeon 2, Snake's Remains. We'll save our game. And then I'll meet you back over in Oracle of Ages. So here we are back in Oracle of Ages, and we're told to visit Tingle. So let's give Tingle that secret that the fairy gave us. And Tingle is going to increase the amount of seeds that we can carry. What's this? I hate to admit it, but you're far cooler than Tingle. In exchange for teaching me that, I'll make it so you can carry more seeds. Close your eyes. Tingle, tingle, cooler, oompa. And now our seed stash is maxed and can carry 99 seeds. And he'll give us a secret that we can use over in the Holodrum to increase the level of our seeds. So remember, right now our seed stash can only hold 20. Then you can buy an upgrade for 50, and then the secret can upgrade it to 99. Or you can use the secret to upgrade it to 50 and then buy the one for 99. But see, these secrets allow us to basically max out items, so we can get to the level 3 seed now. Just like we'll be up there at the level 3 sword, level 3 shield. So we'll save our game here. Hope you wrote down that secret, because we'll be using it next episode. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.